I have been silent about this for almost half a year, but it is finally time to tell my story. Because I felt like it. Sorry. I know I clickbaited, but I want to put it out there right at the beginning. There was no beef. I saw some people speculating that there was like something behind the scenes, something that caused the server to split because, again, I mean, what, 75% of the server is no longer in the server and I'm a part of that? There was nothing. Behind the scenes, I have nothing but respect for every single person still on Outcasts. Me not being on the server anymore was a complete personal choice. I know some of the other members have also said basically the same sentiment, that they just left to do other things that they were more passionate about, potentially. I'm not going to speak too much about people other than myself. For me, I just needed a creative reset. I'm going to get more into that in this video later, but for those of you that don't really care about my life story, that's kind of where it was at for me. I made content on Outcasts for the better part of a year. I mean, something crazy that I actually realized is that over half of my audience subscribed when I was on Outcasts. That never really, I never really noticed that before, you know? Things just, time is an illusion, actually, but like, it's crazy. 300,000 people, I think, subscribed to me when I was on Outcasts. I was on Outcasts for like a large percentage of like my total YouTube career, if you can even call it that, but it's crazy. And, you know, it's really not good on my end that like I left this unanswered for so long. Like, why am I not in the server? And that's what it was. I spent a year making more or less the same kind of content over and over again. And that had been continued from the previous year where it was kind of similar situation. And I wanted to do something different. Now, when I left, and even before that, I didn't even know what that meant yet. That's also why I've been gone for so long, is just the fact that like all at the beginning of this year, I knew something needed to change. I didn't really like where my channel was at. I wasn't really enjoying the content I was making anymore. And I kind of just needed to step down from Outcasts more than anything. Like, I needed to figure out what I was doing, but I couldn't really stay on Outcasts and just kind of be like not doing anything. You know, that's unfair to everyone else on the server actually being productive. But that's the short answer. That's why I am no longer on Outcasts. But I want to get into the specifics of why. Like, that's only a very brief overview, but it ties largely in with why I didn't upload for 7 months. I broke my all-time longest period without uploading. It actually used to be 5 months leading into my Ancient City video that I made like 2 years ago. And I just blew that out of the water. I actually almost didn't upload for like 8 months. It was like, yeah, I think it was 7.5 months I didn't upload. And it's the same situation. It's why I had to leave Outcasts. I had the biggest creative burnout of my entire life. Like, I've had bouts of it in the past, but like, you know, when it's like smaller, you can kind of just, you know, push through it. But what I experienced at the beginning of the year was insane in comparison. I literally recorded the speedrun video in January, but that video did not take 7 months to make. In fact, it actually took 2 months, which is crazy for how long the video turned out to be. But it's like, I was trying to make that video back in, what, February, and I still remember sitting down at my computer and I could not edit. I would just sit there blankly staring at the Premiere Pro app and like not be able to do anything for so long. And it's like, you know, after a week of doing that, it's like I knew something needed to change. And it was around that point where I made it clear. I told the people on Outcast that I wanted to step back because I needed to figure out some stuff for my own. And I knew that staying around on Outcasts would, you know, potentially burden other people because I didn't know how long this would last, and I like didn't know where I wanted to go with my channel and like with my content. But from that point, I just decided to start like really thinking about like why I was unable to edit like for that long. And it wasn't the fact that I didn't have like a vision for the speedrun video originally, but it's just the fact that like it just felt like I was doing the same thing with every video. It was the same thing over and over again. Like all my Outcast videos, some even before that, I would follow the same exact pattern in terms of like recording, editing. Like I would do like the same like edits in a sense. Like I wasn't being creatively new. Like it wasn't like fulfilling because it was just like I was making the same like obviously the idea isn't the same, but it felt like I was just making the same video over and over again, like, you know. And I think that's what I realized first. And in the beginning, I was having like super cataclysmic ideas where it's like I'm not gonna do Minecraft content anymore, time to do like real life or something crazy. But I'm glad that it's a bit of a tough situation because again, I didn't upload for 7 months, but it's like I took the time that I needed to really iron out what was going on, and now I'm not gonna make a cataclysmic decision to like just upload completely random content to my main channel. And I think I want to share what my current ultimate Tazo future plan in my mind is right now. 7 months ago, I didn't know. I was just doing, you know, I was just like making the same video. I didn't feel like I was being unique in a lot of aspects. Like I felt like I was making very similar videos to every other SMP content creator, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it wasn't creatively fulfilling to me. And I think that's why with every video it just became harder, because it's like it was just, that's what creative burnout is. It's just like, you know, not you know, introducing new elements to your work. And I think that's like the first thing I realized, is that I wanted to do something different. I didn't know what that meant yet, which is why I was like thinking, oh, new content medium, but I think that's a bit extreme. I think that there's a lot of unique places that people have not explored yet, at least in the Minecraft content creation space, which is why in my speedrun video, I invested in a really nice like camera, and I invested in a green screen. Like I knew that like I want to basically delve into that aspect of the community a little bit more, because like obviously there's like, and it's like still the minority, not that many people use face cam in their videos, but like no one really like has explored like using face cam and like more cinematic like camera usage before. And that's like super cool to me, because like, you know, I've face revealed, like I'm not like faceless or anything. It's like I have that opportunity, which is nice. And that's kind of my current plan. In terms of content, I don't know what that means. I don't think I'm gonna necessarily landlock myself to just SMP content or just, you know, something. I've only done SMP content though on my channel, which is kind of crazy actually, because I mean, there's so many other things to do in Minecraft. Like I really want to expand. I mean, I guess now I've made a speedrun video actually, so that's kind of a lie. But I want to do more. Like I really, really like story aspects of like my videos, like just in a broad sense. Like all my videos SMP wise have had a story. That's always the thing that I like crafting and like showing off in a cool way, using music, story writing, and like scripting to like make the most fun to watch story possible. And that's something that I don't really want to lose. But with SMP content, it's kind of hard to do that, because like in a lot of cases, especially when it is unscripted, you kind of have to twist the truth, or like you know, care about something that is like no one cares about something in a Minecraft world. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but it's like I always felt like I was kind of forcing myself to care about something that was happening in a video game for my videos. And with like the speedrun video, I genuinely cared about getting a sub 15. I loved that whole learning process, and I want to do more stuff like that. And I think that that is also possible in the medium of 100 days or like challenge videos, because it's on me. I am the person that is like being challenged, and basically like I am the character of the video rather than like this person in the SMP world. And that's like a lot more interesting to me, and that's like kind of what I want to do moving forward. I don't know what that means for content. I'm pretty certain that I want my next video at least to be a 100 days video or like some kind of mod pack video, because like that's like it's so easy to like be able to make a super compelling story out of something like that, at least from my experience with the speedrunning video. And that's like super exciting to me. Of course, that's not to say I will never make SMP content again. In fact, there's a very high chance that I will. It's just, I'm very excited by these non-SMP things, so I think the next few videos, at least, you can expect will probably not be SMP, but I definitely see SMP content in this new mindset in my future, so don't worry too much if you want to see more of that kind of content from me. Wow, I don't know, I just like rambled for so long. This video is gonna have no rhyme or reason, I think. I have really been stressing over the past week on making this video because I have so many thoughts in my head about this. Like I said, it's like I've been like just thinking for 7 months basically, like what is my plan? What am I doing with YouTube? I don't know. Kind of freaking out a little bit. Even now, but it's like I just sat down. I'm like, I just need to speak words and just be okay with what I say. But yeah, it's I have a lot of thoughts, and I think that's exciting to have a second channel to be able to just kind of journal my thoughts and like share with you guys where my head's at, because that's where my head's at with content. But that's only like part of it. Again, the other reason I started up a second channel is actually because of another reason that I feel like I had creative burnout. There's a lot of layers to why I haven't been around for so long, but it's good to be back. It's good to be back, really, and talking. I'm yapping. Anyways, the other reason I started the second channel is because around the time that I left, basically like January, like the time that I left, I went radio silent, like stopped uploading. There was a lot of talking, at least in my group of friends and YouTube content creators, that were talking about something called downscaling, where you basically make smaller videos more often, and it basically just like will still end up with the same level of performance on your channel. And I was under the impression for months that that was what I wanted to do. I kept trying to downscale my videos. It never really ever worked out, because like I would basically try and downscale, but the problem that I always ran into is I was really uncomfortable with actively choosing to do something that was not my best work. And that goes for everything. Like, it's a little bit easier to downscale like recording, because there were videos that were like excessively recorded from that era, like where I was spending like 6 weeks, for example. I spent like 6 to 8 weeks on the 2 major building videos I did last year, like the upgrading boring Minecraft structures and the like ancient city video, like stuff like that. That takes forever. And I that part of downscaling I definitely agree with, but downscaling on editing, which is like where for me most of the creative work actually comes into play, every time I would try, I would always like feel uncomfortable, and then like, you know, I would have all these cool ideas, which is like great. Like I always get like so many ideas for like how to make the intro or how to make this cool visual or cool section, and it just like I don't like thinking of that and then doing something worse, if that makes sense. And that was the way it was for like all of my videos, is like I would be under the impression that I wanted to do less, but then my gumption would always lead me to do the biggest thing every time. So the videos would turn out good still, like they would be like, you know, what I would consider at the time, like, you know, my best work. Like I put my all into every single section, but I would still feel horrible about it, because in my mind, I was thinking I just failed again at downscaling. And for the longest time, it's like I was under the impression that I wanted to downscale, because it's like I get to upload more. I get to be more interactive with you guys. It seems like a win-win situation. But what I failed to realize is that I also want each of my videos to be the best work possible. And I think that is a fine thing. But those two ideas cannot exist together, basically, which is why the second channel exists, ladies and gentlemen. With my main channel, I want to do the biggest projects each and every time. That might mean that I spend months and months working on one main channel video and there's just nothing for months on my main channel. But it does mean that when I upload a video, I can be proud of it because I spent as much time possible. I spent time doing the best thing that I know that I can do. And then on the second channel, I have the ability to upload whatever I want because they're separate entities. So I'm like completely okay with on this channel having unstructured videos or doing, you know, something more experimental or like random, maybe a stream highlight or something like, and then I can be more consistent on that channel doing that. And it kind of exercises the two things that I love so much about YouTube because there's the creative, super big project aspect, but there's also the entertainment aspect, streaming, doing stuff like this where I just talk for like, how has it already been 16 minutes? I literally can just talk forever. I don't know if that's like I don't know. I'm just weird in that way, but yeah. It's exciting though because it's like I can do both things now that I've always wanted to do. But beforehand, I was trying to cram it into like one channel and it's just impossible. So I ended up disappointing myself by failing to do either thing, basically. So it's like now, I mean, I'm a little bit late to the party, honestly, on the whole second channel revelation. I mean, Rec's been on that for years, but I better late than never, I guess. But yeah, I don't really have any major more talking points because my brain is now empty. I think that's where I'm gonna leave this video, at least for now. If any of you have watched this far, you now understand like my whole plan, I guess. This video is super horribly unstructured, but yeah, it's fine. That's kind of the whole point of this channel. Like, I need to be okay with just uploading, just even if I want, slop on this channel. This is this slop? This might be slop. I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. But I can be happy uploading this to my second channel. Never upload this to my main channel. Holy cow. But yeah, that's kind of where my head's at. I have a lot of exciting plans, like for the main channel. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but it's like, obviously I talked about like 100 days and like story stuff, but like I really liked the video essay aspect of my last video where it was like, I dived into like specifics and like, you know, did some explaining, did some script writing. You know, it gives me the opportunity to do cool camera shots like I was talking about, like stuff like that, basically, like more, like that's super fun to me. And I think that there's a lot of stuff. Oh, man, this is why I love Minecraft so much. It's such a broad medium, even though it's just a video game, to be able to do so much with. Like, I have a lot of ideas for the main channel, which is something that I've not been able to say for a very long time. And I think that that's maybe the most exciting thing of all time. Like I have a huge fire in the belly right now for the main channel and, you know, for this channel, because it really allows me to just split like the two things that I want out of YouTube and be able to succeed at both of them simultaneously. I also really want to start up Twitch streaming again. That might be happening like this week. Like if you're watching this video when it's coming out like first week, go check out like Tazo TV on Twitch, because I'm going to start very soon, just with like anything over there. I might stream like, you know, second channel, main channel videos maybe. I haven't really thought about it. Other games, Mario Kart. I don't know why every Minecraft creator, like that's the game that they branch off to, Mario Kart. But yeah, that's another thing that I'm very excited to be starting up again. Yeah, I'm really happy with what I put out in this video. The thoughts I've laid out, very unstructured, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I need to just not be nervous. Okay. I don't know why I have so much anxiety around like this specific concept. It's like, did I say everything that I want to say? Is it fine? I think I also, I didn't really want to get into like mental health for this video because like that's bordering on TMI in my opinion, but like, you know, may or may have not found out that I have like crippling anxiety over the past 6 months, which does not help in this line of work, at least for me. I think you can imagine how everything I've described would be a million times worse with the old anxiety just on main control deck the whole time. But that's all I'm gonna touch on that. But you know, we're good now. We're good. Sorry, I need to end this video. Okay, how have I talked for 20 minutes without like anything? Like literally this has been one take. I'm just staring at Premiere timeline right now. Okay, have a good rest of your day. Please subscribe to the second channel. I know it took longer than a week to upload first, but I'm gonna actually upload more because I actually finally made this video. Finally, it took so long.